Let's talk about Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire. As always, this review will be spoiler-free, but if you prefer to see the movie yourself before you hear any thoughts about it, then feel free to drop a like and come on back after you've seen it. 2 years ago, writer-director Jason Reitman brought us Ghostbusters: Afterlife. And that film, of course, reunited the OG Ghostbusters, the original cast from Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2, and also introduced us to a new cast, a younger cast, and characters who were literally the descendants of Egon Spengler, the dearly departed Ghostbuster played by the late Harold Ramis. Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire continues their story, and there's tons of nods here, once again, to the nostalgia of old, to the series of old. If you're a fan of this film series, you're going to see lots of things, especially in the early going, that are going to remind you of what was, of those films from the 80s that have entertained us for decades now. The big question with Frozen Empire is it enough? For me, I'm sad to say the answer is no. Now, here's the problem, okay? You have an extremely talented young actress in Mckenna who returns to play Phoebe Spengler and once again truly lead the ensemble in the story. And Reitman tries to give her a compelling, character-driven story to tell the next chapter for this young lady who wants to be a Ghostbuster, still is the science nerd, is so passionate about what she's doing, but she's still very young, and what they do is dangerous. That would be compelling if the film gave it room to breathe. But you also have Ghostbusters, all of these films essentially being plot-driven films, where, okay, something gets set up at the very beginning, and you're just sort of waiting for it to play out. This movie is no exception in terms of that structure. And every time the character-driven story gets rolling, okay, we have to introduce the next element of the plot-driven piece. So you have a movie that struggles with itself and trying to fit in enough for Phoebe to do, along with all of the other returning characters. And believe me, almost all of them do return. Even the ancillary ones who didn't really have enough to do in Afterlife, they're back too. Give them all something to do, and it's just overstuffed. Overstuffed. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I just saw what I did there. I really didn't mean to do that. If it's possible for a movie to be overstuffed and at the same time thinly written, that's what's happening in Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire. The supporting cast around Mckenna, they do what they can with the material that they're given. The best one of the bunch, in my opinion, is Kumail Nanjiani. He's just a delight. He's fun to watch every time he's on screen. Watch for the scene he gets to share with Bill Murray. That one's probably one of my favorite ones in the whole movie. Also, Dan Aykroyd gets plenty of screen time here. And then there's Paul Rudd doing Paul Rudd things, okay? Is he Ant-Man here? No, obviously not. He's Gary. But Scott, Gary, they're kind of the same guy at this point, sorry to say. Bottom line, fans of the franchise, you're probably going to enjoy this as much as you enjoyed Afterlife, maybe a little less, for the nostalgia, for the fun of seeing everybody running around in the flight suits and proton packs again, for the return of some familiar ghosts. Those of you who go to see the film that aren't quite as emotionally attached to the material, I'm afraid you're going to see this one coming a mile away. It is a little predictable, and it's going to feel long. Is this more hit than miss? We'll see as far as the box office numbers. To me, it falls a little bit short. Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire is in theaters on March 22nd from Sony Pictures. You can find more Film Buff Unplugged reviews and videos on Substack. Just head to fbunplugged.substack.com and subscribe for free. That way you won't miss a single post. We also have a channel on YouTube. Head to youtube.com/@FilmBuffUnplugged, all one word. Please give us a like on Facebook, and if you're on TikTok, you can find my review videos and more by searching for @FelixAlbuerne Jr., all one word. Thanks for watching.